Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a brand new video. Super proud of myself for picking up the camera again so soon. I edited my house tour and the vlog that comes after that yesterday, so they are up and hopefully by now you would have seen them. So yeah, feeling really proud of myself for getting back to it and really happy to be chatting with you guys on a regular basis. Anyway, today is Saturday and Marley is actually coming to stay with us. I know that a lot of you have been asking how the dynamic will work with Marley living so far away. I will explain a little bit more in the Q&A that I'm going to be doing. Whether or not that goes up before or after this vlog, I am not sure yet, but it is obviously something that we thought about and talked about and made sure would work for everyone. So a very special birthday is coming up. You might be able to hear him downstairs because he's doing a little bit of imaginative play by the sounds of it. I think he's playing Pokemon. It's Zach's birthday in just under 2 weeks, so not long at all, and he's going to be turning 11, which I feel like, even though 10 really is kind of the milestone because it's double digits, I feel like 11 is quite significant because it's the age that Zach will be starting secondary school. And I just feel like it's kind of that age where they almost become a little bit of a preteen. You know, puberty starts to happen and they just get that little bit older and they just feel that little bit older, less like a child, more like a preteen. And we've always said that 11 is the age that we feel it's okay for our kids to have phones. I know everyone has different viewpoints on that and it's very controversial, but we said to Marley had a phone well before he was 11, however that was his mum's choice and we couldn't really kind of impede on that. However, we did say he was not allowed to use his phone here when he was with us until he turned 11, which we stuck to and we're going to stick to for the rest of the kids to make it fair. We feel 11 is the right age because it is the age they start secondary school, and I would like Zach to have a phone on him when he goes to secondary school so that he can call me if he needs to. And not only that, because I will not be personally taking him to school and picking him up. Obviously I'm going to be making sure he is going to school with someone. I think my brother-in-law is going to be taking him because he will be going to school with his older cousin. And then I think his cousin will be walking back with him. So the fact that he's going to be walking home without me, without an adult, is very scary. But I do want to give him that little bit of independence. And also I trust his cousin. He will be in the last year of secondary school, so he is much older, he's much more mature, and I just want to make sure he has a phone on him if he needs to call me. Josh has also said it might be a good idea to get him an AirTag and get one of the insoles for the shoes and put it in there. Just to be on the safe side. Obviously it's a bit overboard for the average 11-year-old, but Zach is autistic, so we just want to be extra safe. So that is the plan for Zach's birthday. We're gonna get him a phone, which he kind of knows already, but I've been saying to him, oh well, we'll see if your behaviour's good enough. I don't know yet, but I think he knows he's gonna be getting a phone. So I've actually ordered him the iPhone XS. I did my research and I knew I didn't want to get him kind of, you know, the standout models like the 11, 12, 13, 14 because he is still a child. He is likely to bash it and break it. But I knew I wanted to get him an iPhone because I can do family sharing then. I can use Find My iPhone and I can make sure he needs permission to download certain apps. So I went with one of the more kind of budget friendly models, and then I kind of did my research on which one was the newest, the best and affordable. I didn't get him a brand new phone. It is refurbished and I bought it on Back Market, I believe. And then I will also be getting him like a very sturdy kind of 360 case to go on it to keep it protected. So that is his main birthday present from us. And then, if luck would have it, I actually got reached out to by a brand who sell children's headphones, which I thought was perfect. With Zach getting a phone, it would be really lovely for him to have a new set of headphones if he wants to listen to music or if he wants to kind of talk through his headphones. So the brand is called iClever and they very kindly sent me 2 lots of headphones, so one for each of the boys. We not long bought Avery her I think they're JCB headphones for Orlando, so we didn't really need any more headphones for Avery, but these are actually wireless headphones, which I feel like would be great great for the boys. They've never had wireless headphones before, and iClever actually pride themselves on providing safe listening for children. They even actually have a program where they donate brand new headphones to schools to promote safe listening to children. So I am going to leave a link to that program down below, along with their website and the buying link for these headphones, and then also their Amazon storefront. They do have an Amazon store. So yeah, they very kindly sent these for me to review for you guys, and supposedly these are comfortable. They are foldable, which is great because it means they can fit compactly in Zach's bag. They have 2 lighting modes and they have a microphone, which is great because that means that he could potentially make phone calls on these headphones. Obviously I have not tested that feature yet, but I definitely will be. So these are what the headphones look like. They are very, very light. They are actually 0.33 pounds, so really nice and lightweight. On the side there are 3 buttons. You have a light switch, the on off switch, and also a play and pause button as well. And in the box you get the USB charging cable, and you also get an aux cable, which I think is really good. There is an aux point on the headphones, so there is the option to listen to them wired as well. So the headphones have the iClever sound refining technology, which means all of their headphones have below 85 or 74 decibels A, I think, which does mean that they are safe for little ears, which is what they promote on their website. They have enhanced durability, extended battery life, and they are claimed to be comfortable and user-friendly, which is what I am going to test out. So these I'm not going to give to Zach as a birthday present. I have 1 each for the boys. They can have them now, which means we can actually test them out. So I am going to charge these bad boys up and I'm going to see what the boys think. But so far, just from first glance and the look of them, and they are very, very lightweight as well, so I know these will be nice and comfortable for Zach. As you guys know, like I said, Zach is autistic, so he does have a few kind of sensory processing issues. If these were heavy or bulky or uncomfortable on his ears, I know he will not like them, so I am going to see what he thinks of them. So while I'm charging these up, I've actually been having a look through the user manual, and I've come across a few cool features that I wasn't aware of. So first of all, the headphones do actually come in multiple different colours and also different styles as well. That is what they are all like. What I didn't know you could do with these headphones is, with the aux cable that comes included, you can actually do audio sharing, which I think is really, really cool, especially with having 2 children. If they're watching the same thing on an iPad, they can both listen to it on the headphones, and they both connect via Bluetooth, which is great. So the headphones do connect by Bluetooth, and the user manual is really thorough. It tells you how to skip tracks and answer calls and whatnot. So I am just going to let those charge up, and then I will let the boys test them out. Is there any sound at the moment?
Yeah, there's a lot of sound.
Are they very, very loud?
Not very, very loud, no, because I turned it down a little. Oh, I want to watch this. Eli, let's watch this together. Eli.
Do you know what you can do?
What?
You can connect the headphones together so you can both listen to the
I
same.
need to watch this. I need to watch this.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay, that's good to hear.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
You still have headphones on to make a phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Great idea.
Alright. You can end the call now, buddy.
Yeah.
Love you.
Let me see you just in a second.
So, what is your verdict on the headphones?
Very
They
good.
are absolutely awesome.
Good?
The music sounds great with these on.
Yeah?
Thank you, the person that gave these to us.
Morning, guys. It is Saturday morning. Morning, puds. Josh has just gone to do a tip run just to get rid of all the rubbish that we'd accumulated from moving in. So that's finally going to be out of the way. There's just a few bits of cardboard left outside that I need to bag up ready for recycling. Yesterday actually ended up turning out to be a really, really nice day. So Josh was gone getting Marley for most of the day, and after I finished chatting to you guys, I actually took Eli for a haircut. We found a barber that's literally a stone's throw away from us, who's really good. We took Zach last week because he started school, and I realised that it looked as though all of the boys in the school had very nice haircuts, so obviously that is something that is kind of kept up with. here where we live. And then I felt terrible for sending Zach into school with, well, shall we say he was in dire need of a haircut at that point. So literally the day he came home that day, Josh took him to the barber's and he had a haircut, and the barber did a really brilliant job. So I took Eli there yesterday, so he's had a haircut now, and I think what I like about it is they're proper like little fashionable haircuts. Definitely not something I could do at home. They've both got skin fades, and Eli especially has had it kept really long on the top, so when it's styled he just looks really cute and so much older. So yeah, we did that, and then the boys and Avery and I went over to see my sister-in-law because my brother-in-law had actually gone with Josh to go and get Marley. So she was on her own at home, so we went to keep her company for a bit, which was really nice. We had a nice chat and a nice gossip, which that in itself is just really nice, being able to just leave the house, go for a 5-minute walk, and be able to be in the company of somebody that I can just have a chat with and spend time with. Because as you guys know, I didn't really have that at home, or at home should I say, back in Cornwall, so really enjoying being able to do that. Anyway, yeah, like I said, today Josh has gone to do a tip run, so I'm at home with all the kiddies. The boys were bouncing off the walls when Marley came. They've been so excited to see him, so he's seen the new house now, and we're just having a chill day, which is nice because it feels like it is the first like chill day where I don't really have a whole lot to do since we've moved in. Avery is happy as ever, aren't you, Pudding? You say hello? Who's that? Who's that? Avery's happy as ever. She's been doing so well, which is really nice, and I have just got spit all over my cheek, haven't I? You've just spat all over my face. Isn't that lovely? Yeah. Actually, to be fair, her secretions have reduced quite a lot since she stopped coughing so much, and I'm really pleased that she's doing so much better. It feels like the first time in about 6 months. I think Wales suits you, little madam, doesn't it? So yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty chill bank holiday weekend. Next week there are a few things I need to chase up. I need to chase up Avery's OT referral because the bath aid that we have doesn't fit our bath and it's not safe, so I need to try and chase that up. I also want to chase up the school that Avery is going to be going to, or the one that we're going to be applying for her to go to. A lot of you have asked, and I will touch upon this in my Q&A, but we're actually looking into a special educational setting for Avery. Not because, you know, we felt like she didn't get on with the mainstream nursery. She loved nursery, but because here they actually enroll children from the ages of 3, and then they stay up until they're 19. So I just feel like one transition would make it much smoother for Avery, and then she can really get to know all the people there. I just think that'd be a better way to go. In the meantime, she's still home with me, so yeah, that's another thing I need to chase up next week. Aside from that, it's half term, so I do have all the boys home with me as well as Avery, but we don't really have many plans. I'm not sure if I've mentioned, but the boys have started kickboxing. So they're doing that a few times a week, and they seem to be doing really well. I knew Zach would because he's done karate and I've seen him do that. Eli, however, I was a bit concerned because he tends to lose his concentration very quickly, and I didn't know if he'd keep up with it, but he's really enjoying it too, so I'm really happy with that. And Marley's going to be able to take part in it this week as well. And when the boys went last week, I actually took the crinkle biscuits that I made to the kickboxing class with me. And they were all handed out and everyone loved them, so that's kind of strived me to maybe keep doing that every so often, take some baked goods in, so I might do that again next week as well. But that's it really, the world is our oyster, isn't it? I haven't really got many plans. Avery did her full 5 days in her stander last week, so I'm also pleased with that, so we're going to try and keep that momentum going now that she's not so poorly, because you're doing very well, aren't you? Something I've not brought you up to date on actually is Avery had a neurology appointment just before we moved here, and we have a new diagnosis. So Avery now has evolving scoliosis, which her physio back in Cornwall actually pointed out before the neurologist did. Essentially because her head control isn't very good. I don't think we really realise how heavy the head is if we don't have good neck control, good head control. So what has been happening is Avery's head will flop, which you guys see a lot, and tends to flop to one side over the other, and because of that her back will kind of bend, and over time it kind of eventually fuses like that. The neurologist said he can still straighten her out, which is good, but it also means that now is the time to really be doing things to try and prolong the amount of time before it gets bad. So things like the stander and equipment, which obviously we're kind of stuck with, which is another reason why I need to chase up the OT referral next week. But it was kind of inevitable. Doesn't make it sting any less, but it is what it is, and we have just got to keep doing everything we can to make you comfortable, haven't we, Puds? Her bed is another thing. I did chase up the nurse last week and she's not heard anything yet about Avery's bed, because as soon as she has a bed we can get her sleep system in it again, which it's another thing that helps keep her straight. Basically anything that we can do to keep Avery's body straight. So right now, to be fair, she's fairly straight, but that is kind of because her head is resting on my shoulder. Anything we can do to kind of keep her hips and her back straight and midline will help. So yeah, enough of my rambling. I don't even know why I've just gone on that massive tangent. I'm just filling you in on what we've got planned, which is not a whole lot. So for now I'm going to continue staring into the garden because I've put some washing out and the weather's a little bit temperamental, so I keep having to bring it in when it rains and then put it back out when it stops, because we don't have a towel dryer, which is becoming quite annoying, but hey ho, I will probably catch up with you guys in the week. Good morning, it is Wednesday morning. I hope you've all had a good bank holiday weekend, or those of you that aren't in the UK, I just hope you had a good weekend. We had a nice weekend. It was really chilled. We ventured out to TK Maxx so I could pick up a couple of new candles, so I managed to get a couple of nice new ones, and aside from that it was just really chilled out. I spent a little bit of time over the last few days going through all of my cookbooks, because I've basically just had them as decorations since I got them. Don't mind the noise, by the way, the washing machine is on. Yeah, just using them as decoration, so I thought I would actually look through them and make use of them. So I did, and I've picked out a few nice recipes for dinner next week, so I'm really excited about that. Today the boys have kickboxing, or this evening should I say, and I think I'm going to make a couple of batches of lemon cakes to take with me. I baked crinkle biscuits last week, so I want to take something again this week. It's not something I'm going to be able to do every single week, but I have been enjoying doing it. Next week is Zach's birthday, so there will be no bakes for kickboxing, but I think I am going to make him a birthday cake. Nothing fancy, nothing, you know, I'm not going to put the hours into it that I would normally put into a birthday cake. I think I'm just going to make him a simple chocolate cake, maybe put a few M&Ms or Smarties on the top, and we'll all enjoy it a little bit more than a shop bought cake. His dinner of choice, his birthday dinner of choice, is pizza, and we've actually found a pizza place that also does dessert pizza, and I think they make them with like Nutella and stuff, so he is really keen for that. He specifically requested stuffed crust pizza too, and this place does stuffed crust pizza, so really looking forward to that next week. And he also really wants to go to laser tag, so we're going to see if we can do that over the weekend. Not this weekend coming. This weekend coming Josh is actually taking Marley home, which is sad, but we will see him again in the summer holidays. But the plan of action for today is get a load of washing on the line. That is why the washing machine is on. The weather was miserable yesterday, so I couldn't dry anything, and I have to make the most of the dry weather because we don't have a tumble dryer. So I've got to put a load of washing out. I'm going to bake these cakes. Avery needs to get in her stand-up. She is still a very happy girly. Wales still very much suits her, which is nice. I need to contact the doctor's surgery because I had to call yesterday and kind of sort out all of her prescriptions, and I think I can get them ordered today. and I've been on to the community nurse about Avery's bed, and she's said in the meantime, because it is taking a little bit longer than anticipated, in the meantime she might be able to get hold of a hospital cot, which obviously isn't ideal, but it would be better than her sleeping on her travel bed. So we're going to see if we can sort that out. We also set a date for G-tube training for my brother and sister-in-law. So we're going to get them trained up just so that they can give Avery feeds or meds if, you know, we were ever in a pinch. They've been an absolute godsend since we moved up here, so it was definitely the right thing to do, the move, in terms of family support. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on for the day and see how much I can get done.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. So loud as the hours pass, we're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlight, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay on forever, we'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts.
Afternoon guys, it is Thursday and I just had a delivery. So a while ago, well before we moved, our kettle, my nice one with a little wooden handle, actually broke, and we bought this as a very, very cheap replacement. I think this was less than £10, and it was because we knew that when we moved, once we knew what the kitchen was like, we would buy a new kettle. And finally I have bought one. It honestly feels like, because the kettle was there, I was like, I'll do it another time, I'll do it another time, I'll get one another time. But then I had a discount code, so I thought it was the best time to purchase a new kettle. So this is the one I went with. This is the Daewoo 1.7 litre rapid boil 3 kilowatt cream sienna collection kettle. Wow, that was a mouthful. So it's just a really simple jug style kettle. Now I have my heart set on the Smeg kettle. I love the Smeg range. I love the Smeg kettles, toasters. Excuse Zach, he's playing. And I love the Smeg fridge as well. I really had my heart set on a Smeg kettle. Have you seen the price on those things? I think the cheapest one was like £129 for a kettle that does nothing but boil water. Like, it's not a special smart kettle or anything. As far as I'm aware, a Smeg kettle is literally just a kettle. And I just couldn't justify it. So I went with this one. This one was around £35 mark, which is fairly decent for a kettle. I went with the cream colour because I thought it would match my pots really well. Considering I have my kettle there, my pots are there, I thought it would match really nicely. And I do like cream for kitchen appliances. I think it just adds a little bit of a more kind of farmhouse, traditional rustic element to a kitchen. A little bit more, I don't want to say old-fashioned. It reminds me of a little bit more 50s style, the cream colours in the kitchen. So I'm going to get this out. Apparently this one has a removable filter as well, so that's nice because it means that we can give the filter a wash. There's nothing worse than gross, dirty tasting tea. I'm not going to lie guys, I don't think I've ever changed a filter kettle in my entire life. Have I noticed the difference? No, I haven't. Anyway, probably because it's always broken before I need to actually replace the filter. And there is the kettle. Do you know, I don't know why I was expecting it to be a metal kettle, but this is plastic. I mean, that's fine. It means that it won't rust. I've had kettles that have been metal before and they have rusted, so plastic is okay. I think it looks fine, perhaps a tiny bit on the cheap side. It looks a little bit cheap, but then in comparison to the kettles I was looking at, it looks pretty good. 1.7 litre, which is what we used to. Goodbye, old ugly kettle. Hello, shiny new kettle. And there we are. I think that looks quite nice there actually. It definitely matches the pots. The other thing that I've ordered that isn't here yet but is coming today is an airbed. I actually invested a little bit of money into a decent airbed. We've used the same style at my brother and sister-in-law's house whenever we've stayed there. They've got one like it and it's really, really comfortable to sleep on, so we know we can speak for that. So it's from the brand Yawn and it is a double size, and it actually has like, when it inflates with a headboard, and then it comes with its own sheet, and it comes with almost like its own pump that you can blow it up with. So it's for when we have guests come to stay, when my mum and dad comes to stay, when Josh's mum and dad comes to stay. It just gives us an extra double bed. You guys know that's why I left a space clear in the living room for when we have guests, because obviously we live quite far away from a lot of our family and we are going to want them to visit. So I've got that coming today as well. I don't think that's going to be coming until later though, because the driver was like 30 stops away when I last checked. Another thing I have to report. So I knew that when we had this fridge, my mum warned me, stainless steel dents very easily, and I knew that because of where we had to have it, there was literally nowhere else in the kitchen that we could put this. It was always going to be a risk, the door being so close. What I did do, if you can see down here, is I did buy a doorstop. So the fridge cannot open, the door, sorry, cannot open into the fridge. However, when you open the fridge door and then open this door at the same time, for example, if you have the fridge open and someone walks in, that happens. So I'm not sure how easy it's going to be able to see in this lighting, but you can see there is a dent on my brand new fridge. And who was the culprit of this dent, you might ask? None other than Eli. I had the fridge open, he came running into the kitchen and the door handle slammed onto the fridge. It hasn't happened once, but twice. So what I've done as a temporary solution is I've literally just folded up a piece of flannel and I've sellotaped it onto the end of the handle. It doesn't look very pretty, but at least it'll stop that from happening again. A little too late, which is really annoying because my beautiful new fridge is now dented, but luckily it is just a tiny mark. I can notice it. I'm not going to say it's not noticeable because I see it every time I look, but that might just be because I know it's there. In the right lighting, it's definitely noticeable. But hopefully nobody else notices it, because that's really irritating, especially when it's brand new and we spent so much money on it. So yeah, that's annoying. The other thing I have to show you guys is actually Zach's birthday present, so I'm having to keep my voice down just a little bit. I mentioned earlier on in this vlog that we've bought him a phone for his birthday. We've told him like since he was 8 that he would get a phone when he was 11, and he's finally going to be 11. So I ordered the phone on Back Market, so it's not brand new, but it is refurbished, and this was a grade A, so it's in pristine condition. And here she is. So we are very much an Apple family, true and true. And I like to keep the kids on Apple because it means that I can connect my account to theirs, make sure they can't download anything without my consent, and I can use Find My iPhone and whatnot. So this is the iPhone XS. I decided to go for the budget range because, you know, he is a child. There is a strong chance that he might break it or lose it, so I didn't want to go for anything too expensive or too fancy, but I did want to stick with Apple, and I did want to make sure he had a decent phone, so that is the one that I've gone with. I do still need to kind of log into it, put in his Apple ID and whatnot, and I have ordered a couple of SIM cards. I've ordered 2 from 2 different networks, so I can check and see what the best coverage is, and they're both pay as you go, but they have bundles, so you put on some credit, it gives you a certain amount of, you know, X, Y and Z data and minutes and whatnot, and the data rolls over if you don't use it within the month, and if you do, then you can continue to pay that £10 a month and get the same package over and over and over again, but you're not tied into a contract. I thought that would be the best way with Zach, because I don't know if he's going to use all of that data, and he technically doesn't start school for a few more months yet, so he doesn't actually need minutes or anything like that just yet because he's not going to be away from us. So we'll sort that when the time comes. And then the other thing that I bought him, I got this on eBay, if I can actually get it out of the box, is a phone case. So there's nothing overly fancy about this phone case, but what I did want to make sure was that it had 360 coverage. So you can separate the front from the back of this, and once it's on the phone it protects the entire phone, screen and all. I just wanted to make sure the whole phone was protected for him, and it's really simple, so he can still see the phone through it. Doesn't have a design on it or anything, it's just clear, but it has the bumpers on the sides as well, so if he drops it, it's not gonna chip the corners of the phone. So that is Zach's physical gift for this year. Aside from that, I am probably going to bake him a cake, not because I'm baking cakes for birthdays this year or anything, but because I've really been enjoying baking recently, and I've ordered a lot of kind of butter and stuff like that for recipes I'm making for dinners next week, so I thought, you know what, why not? So yeah, I'm just going to bake him a really simple chocolate cake. He's going to have his present. We are getting a takeaway. I think I've explained all of this already, but yeah, a few nice things planned for his birthday, but just a really nice low-key family one. We're not doing any parties or anything this year, so yeah, really looking forward to it. Not looking forward to having a child that is 11. It makes me feel so old. Anyway, I'm going to close this vlog out here. I hope you've enjoyed spending some of the week with me, and with that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.